Hi guys, we are here live at Audio Advice 2023 live. Amazing show with Focal. That's what we're going to talk about. Hi, this is Don Dunn with Audioholics, and I'm here with Chris from Focal. Chris is becoming an old friend of mine.
Yeah,
we've done this a bunch of times.
We've done this a few times, for sure.
Yeah, we have done this. And Casa Hi-Fi and the premiere of the Focal store down there and so forth. Listen, it's no secret that myself and all of us here at Audioholics are huge fans of Focal products. We came into this room with Barco, Kaleidoscape, the awesome Storm Audio, and a full Focal Kanta deployment and a full surround. Won't you tell us a little bit about that, Chris?
All right, well, thank you. I mean, we've had this awesome opportunity to pair with some really amazing other brands within the industry to create this exciting room. And again, it's been fantastic. You know, we partnered with a screen company, with a processor, amplifier company, and an amazing projector to do this.
Yeah, the Seymour screen is amazing here. I don't know if I've ever saw, and I'm being serious, at this scale and this size, I don't know if I've ever saw a video this good in my entire career.
I mean, I think even myself, I walked in the room and went, wow, it's amazing. And so we wanted to provide that same level of sound to match all these other companies.
It was a wonderful experience, and really a lot of the content you were playing was great. It was a little bit different what we were seeing at the various different demos that we have here. It was very cool. So the Kanta's a surrounds. That's a pretty decent surround speaker. With these like 11,000 a pair.
Yeah. So again, we wanted to be at that level of, again, with everyone else. And so with it, we made the decision to do floor standing products. We did a 9.4.4 setup in this room. So we started with the Kantas for our sides and surrounds, and then we took the decision to use a Utopia Vivia for center channel. Of course, obviously in a larger room, we had more seating, and we wanted to share that.
Let me stop you here.
Yeah.
I just want to volunteer to help you. I will take that center channel.
Of course.
And I'll just take it with me.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to mess with it.
Yeah, perfect.
Right? I mean.
And you can grab the grands on the way out as well.
I don't have a car big enough for the Utopia. So listen, guys, the Focal product is amazing. This demo is one of the best that we heard at the show. We all agree upon that. Focal's got some exciting new stuff coming on. So here we're going to transition over to Gene's going to talk with Storm Audio about their product.
All right, Matt, we finally get to meet. We're here with Matthew Trinkling from Storm Audio. As you guys know, I have the Storm ISP processor in my theater room. I'm ready to set up Dirac ART. I haven't set it up yet. I got it downloaded. I've got an awesome setup already all dialed in with all the different configuration of PEQ filters that you guys offer. But after I heard this demo today of Dirac ART, and he turned it on and off for me, and when it was turned on, the bass just sounded so much more integrated. It just tightened things up. Why don't you give us a little rundown of what Dirac ART is all about, and is it better to have more speakers in a system when you have a system like Dirac ART doing the calibration?
As a whole, yes. The way that the ART technology works, the more that you have and the more capable those speakers are, it's going to give you a broader range of control that you can actually apply to the room. But you're still going to see an improvement. I mean, we've been doing this now at a few shows. At one point, I even did a 2.2 system, and as I was setting it up, someone was like, well, you've just got, a left and the right. Are you really going to be able to have any kind of, cancellation and support with that? And it's just surprisingly is yes. Even in that demo, it was pretty impactful. When we turn it on and off, it's a pretty, I wouldn't even say subtle, it's a pretty significant difference in, the entire approach of the digital signal processing and how we do bass management, which gets into that and is giving you that better bass response. For those of you who don't know at home and haven't seen, any of the talks that we've done on active room treatment, it's a revolutionary approach to bass management, and the fact that you no longer have a crossover point where you are giving all of your information to the subwoofer. So the whole concept of a SAT sub goes away. Everything in the room is running full range and supporting each other at the certain frequency points where they need it. And that's one of the reasons why not only is the bass really even and controlled, but it's consistent from seat to seat to seat, which I know at your house is one of the things that you were, concerned with. And by the way, thanks for taking the time to make it easier on us and have everything, done as nicely as it could be for us to just walk in and bring it all together nicely. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So basically everything we thought we knew about bass management, you can almost throw it out the window when you're running Dirac ART because it changes things up so much differently than what we've been doing for so long.
Correct. As I have been saying, you can take it and put it in a box and put it on the shelf for the next time that you might need it. We don't want to totally throw knowledge away. That's never a good thing historically, right? But yeah.
So here's the thing that you kind of told me about before. Even if you have, let's say you have an 11 or 13 channel system and you want to listen in 2-channel, you're still benefiting from Dirac ART from all the speakers in the system, even when you're listening to just 2 speakers, right? It's still using those other speakers for the bass calibration.
So in this room is a perfect example of that. So we've got a 944 system in here, as Chris from Focal mentioned. And the best thing about active room treatment, and this is what, when we showed it to you earlier, when you're playing 2-channel content here, just music, every speaker in the room is active, including the ones in the ceiling. And they're active in a specific region that you can control and specify so that you're not doing anything out of the specifications of the speakers. You're not going to damage or break anything. And with all the different time alignment points, it just works out really, really well.
So that is a concern. I was going to ask you about that. How do you know if you're running Dirac ART and it's using all the speakers to actually help up to about what, 300 or 400 hertz?
150 only right now.
Oh, 150, okay. So how do we know it's not going to overload? Let's say you have an in-ceiling speaker that has a 6-inch driver. How do we know it's not going to overload the bandwidth of that speaker?
So part of the approach that we take with ART and the Storm Audio methodology, because we have our own methodology that we use for Dirac live calibrations, but part of it for active room treatment is we're actually going to go through the entire equipment list, get the data published by the manufacturers, and then what we like to do as a starting point before we really get in and do some measurements and listening is to set about a 10 hertz area of headroom or window, so to speak, so that you're not getting even down. So we want to look at what the F3 point is. And for those of you who don't know at home, an F3 point for a speaker data is if you were to look at its normalized level, it's the bottom end when you roll off and you hit the 3 dB point on the slope down from the bottom end of the speaker. So, we want to look at that, be 10 hertz past that to start. And then as we play through it and do some listening, if we find that we're at a level where you can, get a little bit lower, we might make an adjustment for that. But I'll tell you, my biggest experience firsthand is that I find myself, and this was the first thing that was kind of shocking to me in my own home theater when I was doing testing, was I find myself listening at lower levels because I'm not turning it up to get what I want out of the system because it's already there.
So you got better linearity even at low listening levels. You don't have to turn it up to compensate for a lack of bass, basically.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So guys, the next time you hear me talking about Dirac ART, I'm going to be doing it in my own system, and I want you to fly down to Tampa. I'm committing you to this. So you can come and check it out and see if I get it all dialed in, or if you could even do it one step better, because I'm always looking. As you guys know, Audioholics is always trying to pursue the next level of audio excellence. And that's what I'm hoping we can get with Dirac ART through the Storm processor.
We like a challenge.
All right, we're going to keep you to that.
Sounds
good. So guys, I hope you liked this video. Please hit the thumb up, hit the subscribe. Don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You get direct access to me if you want to suggest video topics. And until next time, my friends, keep listening.